Hi, everybody. How's it going? Hey, Penny D. Hey, Sage Moon. What are you guys up to? I hope y'all are doing well. Oh, you're so sweet. Penny said, thought you were thinking about Sage. Well, guys, it's happening. Welcome to the Saturn and Aries party because Saturn is in fact moving into Aries tonight. We are getting a preview of the longer Saturn transit, which is why I wanted us to gather here this evening so that we could chit chat about it. I have the cards, obviously. I got the stars, obviously. And I just thought we can chat. We can chat about our birth charts. If anybody wants to ask questions about Saturn and how it's going to affect their chart, I can pull cards for you guys. This is sort of just like a fun little cosmic hangout. I thought that we could do that because this is such a big shift for us. Like it really is going to be a different terrain. And like I said, this is going to be just a preview of the longer Saturn transit. Saturn will go back into Pisces where it has been. Let me read you guys these dates so that we have them. So if you want to write these dates down, grab your pen or grab your phone so that you can make a little note. You'll want to have these on your calendar. Just kind of like be aware of it, just take note. So Saturn is going to be in Aries from May 24th. It's happening this evening until September 1st of 2025. So this is like our first little preview of like what this is going to look like. So if you have your natal Saturn in Aries, this would be your Saturn return coming up. So here we go. Hailey Bieber, I'm looking at her specifically, and I do want to talk about her chart. We'll do a little celebrity tea spill as well, because guys, we're seeing some astrology in the wild play out with her, especially this past week when Saturn was at the anaretic degree of Pisces. So Saturn has been pressing on all of us, especially this past week before ingressing into Aries. So if you did feel a little bit more pressed in your Pisces house, if you felt some themes come up like they definitely did for Justin Bieber, the Instagram post, that, was heard around the world that he has since deleted, then that's exactly what's supposed to be happening. Don't freak out. It's okay. We're just getting these lessons front and center so that we can move on to new things. But things are becoming more obvious for us, which is a good thing. I think that it just shows growth, learning, it's what it's all about in this little cosmic school. So, okay. So it's going to be there until September 1st, 2025. Then Saturn will re-enter Pisces on September 1st until February 13th of 2026. So that's that final pass that I've been talking about. So we will get Saturn moving right back into Pisces, but this time we're going to have gotten that taste of Aries energy and we're going to feel more prepared to wrap up the life lessons that we've been focusing on for the past about 3 years in our Pisces house. So don't feel like it's going to be like, oh my God, we're going backwards. We're not. It's almost like we're going back to areas that we've already dealt with so that we can now apply like our new lessons and our new strength and transition into the Aries energy. So really, I feel we've been through the worst of it. As of this past week, we've been through the worst of it. So pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Oh my God. And give your Pisces ruled house a hug. That too. Hey guys. Okay. So I'm just like blah, blah, blah. I feel like there's so much to talk about with all of this. And I've just been like, I've been doing my regular Saturday clean and I've been listening to audiobooks. I've been thinking about Saturn and Aries because I knew we were doing this tonight. So I'm in it. You guys feel free to jump in, weigh in, stop me. Because I'm like going to be, it's moving into my third house as well. So the good news is I'll be making more content. I'm sure of it. Let's see. What are you guys saying? So Gigi, hey Gigi, welcome. Happy Saturn and Aries Day. Sage Moon says, glad you're doing good, Penny. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, y'all are the best. Doing all right. Glad Saturn is out of Pisces now. Big sigh of relief, guys. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Sage, Sage, you're a little astro queen, astro goddess. That was a great question. Sage asked Penny, but I also think just everybody, let's ask ourselves this question. Do we feel any different yet? Did anything happen, in that Pisces ruled house in our birth charts this past week that pressed on things? I do want to use Justin Bieber as an example. So let's get into it just to kind of his astrology in the wild is like so perfect. It really is because he has a lot of Pisces energy. So we can really see how this Saturn transit, this Saturn return has played out for Justin Bieber. So, okay. With Justin, we have been in this sort of weird space with him as like the members of the public with Saturn transiting his fifth house of seeing him go through different waves of growth. He's just had a lot that's come to the surface over the past 3 years during this Saturn return energy. We had people speculating about the Diddy stuff, that tape resurfaced of him as a kid. And the fifth house, where he has his Saturn return happening, is about childhood, your genuine creativity, your joy, feeling appreciated for who you are. It's very Leo in nature, that fifth house, just in all of our birth charts. So when Saturn is there, it is really making you take a look at these themes. And Saturn also has to do with time and things that happen over time. Justin Bieber started off as a child working really hard. So that fifth house was affected by Saturn from day one, with his natal Saturn being there. Wherever we have our natal Saturn, we experience a delay in the gifts and joys of that house. So check your birth chart. This was BYOBC. So if you did bring your own birth chart, pull it out right now. Take a look. Find that natal Saturn in your birth chart. I like to use whole sign houses. I know some of y'all like to use Placidus, whatever works for you. Just pull it up and look at the house that's ruled by Saturn in your birth chart and ask yourself, have I experienced more hardships or more delayed gratification, more life lessons than maybe in other areas of my life in this particular house that I have Saturn in? Because for Justin Bieber, I would say we can see that that's the case, with his fifth house of creativity and him working from a young child, supporting his mom, not really having a strong father figure in his life. Part of what allows us to flourish in our fifth house of childlike joy is having a solid unit of family that supports us, because we can't like relax as a child until we feel safe, right? Like kids have to feel safe and carefree in order to express their fifth house. If you have Saturn there, it's almost like you never got the chance to do that. So there could be insecurity in the fifth house and a desire for validation. Okay. And this is what I saw this past week, what we all saw when Haley got the cover of Vogue and Justin posted what I believe was a genuine post. I do think that it was heartfelt, but it did show on his social media where he actually is in his life with this Saturn return. It's like we got to see into his psyche. I actually want to read it to you guys because it was very demonstrative of this anaretic 29th degree. Now, the anaretic degree, which is where Saturn has been in Pisces this past week, that is like the tipping point. So the anaretic degree will highlight things like really, really intensely. It's the last degree before it goes into a different sign. So it's like your last chance and you'll go out with a bang, like Saturn doesn't play. It was like, we're going to go out with a bang and highlight this Pisces house for everybody. So for Justin, that highlighted his insecurities. And wouldn't you know, that's when this post surfaced and people did give him some, give him some backlash. I do think for good reason. He took down the post, but let me find it. I want to read it to you guys if anybody didn't see it. Justin Bieber post. Haley Vogue. Okay. All right. From page 6, what Justin Bieber's bizarre social media post really says about his marriage to Haley. Okay. Page 6. Love you for reporting it. We're going to do our astro interpretation, so we don't need to know that. But the timing of it, the way that he took this moment to air out some of their, dirty laundry, if you will. Wait, why is it? Did they not put? Oh my God. Page 6. Do better. I'm kidding. I want to see the actual post, please. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So this is what Justin Bieber posted. Yo, this reminds me of when Haley and I got into a huge fight. Yo, this reminds me, her Vogue cover that she just got. This reminds me. It's like me. Fifth house, childlike energy, childlike, look at me. Guys, this is crazy. Astrology in the wild. I told Hales that she would never be on the cover of Vogue. Yikes. I know. So mean. For some reason, because I felt so disrespected, I thought I got to get even, dot, dot. I think as we mature, we realize that we're not helping anything by getting even. We're honestly just prolonging what we really want, which is intimacy and, I don't know, affection or closeness. It's cut off there. So, okay. Now, he got a lot of backlash for this because people were saying that he took this moment that was such a big deal for Haley to get the cover of American Vogue, highlighting her Saturn and Aries transit coming up. He's passing the baton to her. She's going to be empowering herself. I think that he understood that on a, some sort of cosmic soul level. And I think it highlighted his feeling of, in that fifth house of like wanting to also be seen. Like, wait, I'm special too, because that was how he got his validation growing up. Like, I'm special too. Look at me. And he did that in a roundabout way that came across as kind of inappropriate, kind of weird. What do you guys think? Let me see if I can catch up with what y'all are saying. Added the dates to my calendar. LOL. Yes, Gigi, I love it. Me and Beebs, 12th house. Sage Moon says, since Saturn moved into Aries, 12th house today, I've been feeling more assertive overall. I love that. Yes, at the base of your chart there. Like, ain't nobody better. Try me. Good, Sage. Don't let them. I have no tolerance. You know what? Okay, it was needed then. Also feel like I can identify pros, cons of friendships. Sage, I love this. With Saturn exiting my 11th house. Awesome. So you took those lessons with you. How about you, Britt, and everyone else in the chat? Oh my gosh. Well, I had quite an interesting incident this past week. I will air out my personal tea here. I will spare the names of those the perpetrators, so that hopefully their identities will not be revealed. But yeah, I felt it, you guys. So also look at your natal Saturn as well as your Aries ruled house, because in my personal experience, just the astrology and the wild of it all, my natal Saturn was also triggered this past week, which I have not thought about in a long time. Um, but for me, that is in an Aries, a fire sign. So my natal Saturn is in Sagittarius. And this transit is happening in my third house of communication, Aries. So, anywhoosie, this past week, I was working on, this show, this episode that we filmed in Dallas last week, where I interviewed Tracy Walder, who is a CIA agent. She's so cool. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Very Aries energy, very Saturn and Aries. So, yes, I feel like I'm getting a preview, seeing really strong people around me, really strong women, feeling empowered. So, that was really great. So, I was like sorting through that footage, doing some editing, but there was a situation that came up in the dog rescue world, which, as you guys know, that's my other passion. And it's, my Sagittarius 11th house of groups and like charity and things that we do. So anyway, there was, oh God, I don't even want to say the specifics in case that person watches this. I don't think they will, but yeah. So basically I had like a situation where there was something unfolding that needed to be addressed. And I reached out to some people to try to help, find a solution. And this person is in a position of power and authority, Saturn energy. And they stepped in and they weighed in with their opinion, and they were very dogmatic and very unfeeling. Definitely not on the same page as myself and the other volunteers, and that is like the dark side of Sagittarius. And so that is one of like my life themes. Wherever we have Saturn in our natal chart, there are life themes that we're working on. So, right. So, in conjunction with the transits of Saturn, we also have personal themes. And I don't know if it was just because Saturn's changing signs, or if it's like Pisces is my second house of self worth and this triggered that too. I have no idea. But the conversation, I was like sad. I was saddened, like just sad for like 2 days afterwards. And it was definitely all about, the Saturnian energy of like learning how to be assertive, Saturn moving into Aries, learning how to assert self-worth for me, Saturn and Pisces, what I've been learning, working on, and then dealing with a very Saturnian figure from my own natal birth chart of a Saturn, she's a Sagittarius. And I have, like I said, Saturn and Sagittarius. So someone who shows up as an authority figure in my life, and really feeling like, oh my gosh, this person, they do not understand. They are not caring about, understanding the totality of the situation. So for me, I was like feeling the anoretic. To answer your question, long story short, I was feeling like the weight of Saturn big time. Now today, I feel much better. Like I process that. I feel good. So I don't know. I don't know. I definitely feel ready for Saturn and Aries. I don't know if that was just like trying to move me through some of the feels. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's going on for you? Okay, hold on. What's Gigi saying? Gigi says, in whole signs, mine is the 10th house. Okay. Always had trouble getting a job and having stability. Very Saturn in the 10th. But as you get older, that's going to get really strong for you. Funnily enough, when I had Saturn transiting over my midheaven and Sun in Aquarius, I got the job I'm currently at. Okay, I love that. So, what's interesting about Saturn, like the more I've learned about Saturn, it's like not only is it making you, work hard in whatever area of life Saturn is highlighting, whether it's like your natal chart lessons or it's the current transit that you're focused on. Saturn gives you the tools to actually work on the project. So that makes sense, Gigi, that you would get a job so that you could experience the Saturn life lessons that you're meant to experience in your 10th house. So Saturn will give you the tools. So it's like, it's kind of exciting in a way because like when we look at our Aries ruled house in our birth charts and we know Saturn is about to like move in there and set up shop, we are going to be given the tools to fight, specifically because we're talking Aries here, to fight for ourselves, to fight for what we want. So for you, Sage, you were talking about your 12th house. You're going to be given the tools now to fight for your mental health, to fight for like your deep sense of things that you like intuitively that are right, things that you want. You're going to be able to spend more time alone if that's what you want to do. Because the 12th house, it's like, our spirituality between this life and the next. Another thing that the 12th house rules is far away distant shores. So you may find, Sage, that you start to travel to like other countries during this transit. It's so crazy, but it's all about like that journey. It's very spiritual. And it's so crazy how things that we don't think could like come into our lives right now, like when Saturn really sets up shop, like our lives shift to kind of help us learn the lessons. So I like this because Saturn does do really well in Aries. Saturn struggles a bit in the water sign houses. So I know that it's going to be much better for all of us collectively, even if it feels tough at times. It's like we do have the equipment. Like we're going to feel like we're up to the task, thankfully. I was drowning in Pisces when Saturn was in Pisces. I know Justin Bieber was too. Let's see. Penny says that being in my 12th house, I've definitely embraced solitude and introspection. Okay, nice. So Penny, you've been where Sage Moon is about to go. Interesting. Throw out some tips if you got any, Penny. Sage says, wow, super interesting. Gigi also found Saturn in the 10th makes it hard to get a stable, sometimes good paying job. Nice, Sage. Glad you got the one you have. Maybe Saturn will bless you with with the transit. Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. We're going to get our inner fight going. That solar plexus chakra energy. Aries wants us to express our individuality right now. Okay. Gigi says, I hope so, Sage, especially with the Saturn return. Sage says, Gigi, yes. We putting out good energy for you. Good. Glad you feel better, Britt. Thank you, Sage. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. 12th house also. Okay, nice. So we have a lot of 12th house Saturn activation going on right now. So you guys, it looks like you're going to be getting even more, spiritually connected, trusting your intuition more, getting a little bit more time alone. The 12th house is also very creative. So maybe I'll be traveling to distant shores, being creative. I like it. I like it. It can be so nice to have like a little bit of downtime to just do what you want to do, you know? So feel free to take that time next 3 years. Sage, it's good to just spend time with yourself. Yep. Could get emotional though. Like doing that processing, that inner processing, for sure. The 12th house can be emotional. I like to balance out the 12th house with the 6th house. So, Sage, if you do ever find that your 12th house is feeling heavy during the transit, which, like I said, with Aries, ruling your 12th house, I think it's going to be a little easier, than if it were to be a water sign. So I don't know. I feel like you're going to be really strengthened to trust yourself That's like kind of what I get intuitively. Let's pull a couple of cards for you guys and see if we can get, you know, what the energy is for everybody. Does that sound good? You guys want me to pull a card for you to see what this new transit is going to unveil? Hi, Lawyer Moog. Lawyer Moog checking in from downstairs, who also has Saturn entering his Aries 12th house, by the way. He is one of the 12th house activators. Okay, so let's see. All right, I'm going to start by pulling a card for Lawyer Moog. See what this Saturn transit, Saturn in Aries, is going to be unveiling for him. Let's see. Well, his car is very Aries energy, isn't it? So I got that going for me. Sure do, Michael. Got that going for you, babe. All right. For Michael, what is this Saturn and Aries energy bring into his life? Let's see. Okay, guys, we have the Emperor card, but the Emperor reverse. Michael, I can't take it. I hope you're listening, babe. Okay, look at the red though. Okay, signifying the red Corvette, I'm sure. But no, what this really is about with the Emperor in reverse and this happening in your 12th house. Also, Michael's having his nodal return. His North Node is in Pisces. So this is just the astrology is really going to be clicking into place for him. So Michael is going to be getting to experience not having to feel like he has to control everything in life. And I'm wondering if it's because Pisces was, ruling my second house. If Saturn moving out of Pisces is going to rebalance the flow of some different things in our household, I feel like Michael's going to get a chance to relax a little bit. Like you're still in this Emperor energy, which is so Michael, so Lawyer Moog, but there is a sense that I'm getting of like relaxation. Like something's gonna be going on this next like 3-year transit where Michael is gonna be feeling like he doesn't have to do everything the way that he used to. Like he doesn't have to do everything. Like there's gonna be support coming in. He's gonna be able to focus more on the things that he wants, things that he likes, solitude at times if he wants it. Like this is more of a you focused energy. And with Pisces, your North Node happening, the nodal return. Yeah, this is really coming into like your happy place. You don't have to work so hard. I love it. Good. The Corvette was definitely kicking this off because that was a dream come true. He had been manifesting that since 2021, you guys. Michael had been manifesting that car since 2021. So I love it. Okay, good for you, babe. We are going to Italy while Saturn's in his 12th house of faraway shores. You're right. Okay, that's happening next month. Okay, it's you guys, astrology in the wild moment. I didn't even think of that. So the car and the faraway trip, the ships are coming in. Good for you. See, Saturn also brings the rewards that happen over time. And Michael has been working very hard for many years. And so it's like, we start to see the gifts of Saturn as we get older. And it's very positive. Okay, love that. Get some. That's so good. Okay. Yeah, it's fun, Penny says. Beth says, I mean, there have been times I cry at a commercial or TV show. Then I laugh out loud and say, what was that? What was that? That was Saturn in Pisces, my friend. Oh my God. Well, you're letting the emotions flow, which I think can be very therapeutic. But Penny says, LMAO, Beth, I know what you are talking about. Okay. So that must be part of what happens with that Saturn and Pisces, like lived experience right there. Definitely we get an expansion of that energy in our lives, different from the expansion that Jupiter brings, which is a little bit more of like a lighthearted highlight. It's like getting to experience with Saturn, like the fullness of that sign, like the good, the bad, the ugly, but mastering the energy of that sign. So for you guys, mastery of emotions, it sounds like, which is, very useful. That's a good thing to conquer. And then with the Aries energy, it's like we're going to be conquering ourselves. I like it. I like it. Okay. That room for Michael. Awesome. Exactly. Okay. Beth, I'm going to pull one for you now. Only positive good things to look forward to during this Saturn and Aries transit, please. And for Beth. And you guys pop in here if you're watching, because I see there's more people watching. Pop in if you'd like me to pull a card for you for this Saturn and Aries transit. That's what we're here to do. Ooh, Sage says, idea. Would you be open to doing a video on Uranus and Gemini? I sure would, Sage. I sure would. Thank you for that recommendation. Fantastic. Thank you for feeding into my third house of communication. You're the best, Sage. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that. I think that'd be really fun. I'm excited to see what that's going to bring too. Okay. All right, Beth. I'm like really trying to get this good energy going for you here. I'm just going to keep till I feel it. Good news for Beth. What is changing? Ooh, we got 2 cards, so we're taking both. Okay, we were just talking about the Pisces transit, and hold on, let me scroll back up. Beth was just saying that sometimes she would cry at a commercial or TV show, then laugh and say, "What was that?" Okay, well, here's what it was. 8 of Swords. This is the, in our thinking, in our minds, in a lighthearted, positive way. Basically, what's happening here is you're going from this feeling of restriction, and Saturn has helped you to master like your feelings, your emotions, maybe even express them more fully in different ways. And now you're moving into this judgment energy with Saturn moving into Aries, where you're going to be a little bit less in your Pisces feels and more in your Aries warrior energy. So apply that to your birth chart as it fits. Yeah, Beth, think about your Aries house. Which house does it rule? Which house number? And then know that you're going to be like empowered to step more fully into that space with like a clear head, clear judgment, and your feelings aren't going to be as involved in that part of your life during this transit, which is interesting. It's almost like you did a big feelings purge so that you could now get into your judgment. You're going to be making big decisions. Very interesting. This is like judgment card. It's like giving mastermind energy. Listen to Taylor Swift's Mastermind. Okay. Maybe that'll also give you some inspo. I don't know. We're just going to let the intuition come out. So that's what I got for you. I like that. I like that, Beth. It's like you've done a lot of good emotional processing and now you're feeling strong. You're going to be using your judgment. Beautiful. Okay. So let's see. Victoria says, hi. Hi, Victoria. Okay. I'm going to screenshot Sage's recommendation because I love it. Let's see. Don't want to lose it. So there we go. Okay. Beth says, "Oh my God, look out, world, here I come." For sure. For sure. Beth's ready. Okay, now let's see. Okay, we have Penny D. Let's pull a card for Penny D. Positive things to look forward to during this Saturn in Aries transit. Saturn in Aries transit. Let's see. What is going on for Penny D? Positive things to look forward to. Only good, positive messages of inspo. Let's see what we get. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right. Well, can't say it more plainly than this. So what goes up must come down. So your house in your birth chart, Penny, that's ruled by Aries, is going to have a turn of positive fortune. And I believe Aries is your first house, right? So there are going to be some things that have to do with your self-expression, personal style, maybe even your physical body that are going to be coming into more of a high frequency, like energy wise, like you're going to be having more energy. Maybe you discover like some sort of new health routine or like something that really makes you feel like strong and empowered. Because when I think of Aries first house energy, I think of like Wonder Woman. Do you guys remember like the Wonder Woman movie and how when it was such a craze, like all of these women who played the Amazonians in the movie, they were like, I don't know, highlighting them on like social media. And I just remember like looking at their workout routines and like how they build muscle. Like it was sort of like a thing. And that's very Aries first house. So this is like building your strength, um, embodying that warrior, like going out and getting what you want. So this is a turn of fortune. So everything that you were feeling like wasn't really going your way when it comes to first house stuff, whether it was, I don't know, like your personal style, all the way, to maybe a physical thing that was bothering you. This is a turnaround with the Wheel of Fortune. So what was down is now going to be coming up. So you are going to be able to really take ownership of that first house of self, identity, physical body. This is going to be a really positive, empowering, and energizing period for you. I love that. Oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune, turning things around. It's so good. Okay, let's see. Gigi, what about Gigi? And JT Holiday said, Saturn in my first house right now, it's the 12th house, feels really dark right now. I'm sorry, JT Holiday. So you are not alone. We've actually had a couple of other people talk about their 12th house. I think that if you have a Pisces 12th house, specifically because Pisces rules the 12th house, it that makes sense that it might feel or it might have felt really intense because already you have this very emotional 12th house, so it's like double intensity of that energy. So when Saturn's there, it's really needing to go deeply into your feelings, maybe things that have been buried that you haven't wanted to see. It's very intense. So I do not blame you for having felt very tired. But I will say the good news, JT, is that now Saturn moving into your first house is going to feel like this breath of fresh air. It's like all the stuff that you went into, all the emotions that you dealt with, you're now going to feel strong. And that's going to empower your first house. Like what I was just telling Penny D, who has the same birth chart placements as you, it's like this surge of energy now in your identity because you dealt with all the stuff in the basement. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to get this karmic reward. Because also, fun fact, people who have Aries rising, because their birth chart fits exactly all of the natural zodiac sign house placements, it is said by many astrologers that people with that Aries first house have good karma from a past life. It's like a reward for something positive that you did in a past life, maybe a heroic deed with Aries in your first house. But just know that now that you've dealt with the Pisces dark stuff, it's good. It's going to be so much better. And then when Saturn moves back into Pisces, JT, it's not going to be the way that it was before. It's like you have this like new skill set. It's like you're just going to be tying up the loose ends. You're not diving that deep again. So you're good. You're good. Take a deep breath. You did it. I'm so sorry that it was feeling really dark, but just trust the sun's about to come up. Okay. Trust. It is. Oh, Penny says, JTL, that you're among friends. You are among friends. Okay. Now let's pull a card for Gigi. What positive things does Gigi have to look forward to during this Saturn in Aries energy? Oh, you're Scorpio rising. Oh, okay. Are you using Placidus then maybe? I was using the whole sign chart. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Yes, you're going to start feeling a lot better. Take it from Penny. She knows. Okay. Gigi says, I just remember that Beyonce has an Aries rising. Gigi, yes. She is also, ooh, she's going to be empowered by this Saturn transit. But we also may see that she becomes more single. Like, remember how we were talking about that with when we were looking at this North Node Pisces transit and the South Node Virgo transit? Like, there could be something going on with her identity where she lets go of something or someone. If that is going to happen, I believe it will happen when Saturn moves into Aries, because Saturn in Aries wants us to be independent and authentic. And if it's in your first house, if there are relationships around you that are not right for you, that are not serving you, that are holding you down instead of letting you really step into your Aries energy, into that warrior goddess or, king or queen energy, then you will finally have the courage to walk away and you will be that strong warrior leaving the situation. So she may leave Jay-Z. I'm just saying. We should pull a card on her and then on Hailey Bieber after we pull your cards. I think that's a good plan. Thank you, Gigi, for bringing that up. That is some astro tea. I was not even thinking about that. Oh my God. Single lady, all the single ladies. She's gonna be singing that all the single ladies song. It's gonna have a resurgence. Honestly, I think that all of her fans will make it popular again. It'll go back to the top of the charts. Penny says, "Oops, oops, Penny. Penny's so innocent." Okay, to the cheese bath with you, Jay Z. Okay. Oh, speaking of the cheese bath, Benny Blanco and Selena. Man, a lot of celeb tea has been spilling this past week, you guys. I'm telling you, Saturn at the anoretic degree of Pisces was getting everybody's emotions turned all the way up. All right, but we survived and we're here. Okay, GG. Wait, Penny, hold on, Beth. I just started taking seed. I also take oil of oregano. Tastes like crap though. Penny, not you already doing your Saturn and Aries wellness journey. Inspiring. I love it. Okay, for Gigi, positive, inspiring, good news for the Saturn and Aries transit. Another person with 2 cards. You guys, the energy. Okay. Oh, best friend of the year award, 6 of wands and the 9 of wands. Okay, I love this. I love this so, so much. All right. So for you, Gigi, this transit is about you attracting. It's kind of weird because I was just talking about Beyonce and how, like, if you don't have the right people around you, they're going to fall away because you'll walk away. For you, you are going to be walking towards and attracting the support of good friends and genuine people, genuine supporters, because your Aries energy is going to be shining bright like an authentic beacon of light that these people who are meant to be in your life can see. So you're going to be like forming more authentic relationships, deeper friendships. But yeah, this is like really friendships. And you see, like she's getting an award. This is good. You're going to feel like you're seen for who you are, honored for who you are. It's like, wow, I'm like embodying this independent Aries kind of energy. And the people that I didn't even know, really understood or appreciated me, like they're giving me all this love. You know that, what is that, like, meme where that actress from, like, she was popular in the '80s, she said, "They like me. They really like me," as her, like, acceptance speech? Anyway, that's, like, what flashed into my head. It's like, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, they like me." Like, not just that, like, people are appreciating you. This is really good. Like, you deserve this. And you're in this positive energy. You're in this 6 of wands. 6 is ruled by Venus. So it's like you're feeling beautiful. You're feeling energetic with the wands here. And then you got double wands. So look out. You're also going to be popular with, in the romance world. But this 9 of wands is also getting to finally take a period of sitting back and appreciating you just getting to be you. It's like there was some sort of struggle during Saturn and Pisces that is definitely over now. And you get to just be appreciated and exist for being you. This is nice. Sally Field. Thank you, Michael. See, Lawyer Moog, what would I do without you? Oh my God. Sally Field. Amen. And I like how it's just Sally Field. I don't know. That just makes me laugh. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. The liquid is rancid. See, guys, we're getting health tips here. We're exchanging vitamins, recipes. That's what the Tea Tribe does, guys. Full service around here. Full service. We'll get you fixed up spiritually, mentally, physically. Oh my God. Okay. Beth says you can get both in capsule form if it's a problem found on Amazon. Okay. Okay. Fabulous. We should all be upping our vitamin game. Inspired. Because Aries also rules like the body and like physical, especially like the head. And yeah, we need to just have our head on straight, take care of our physical selves. Okay. Gigi says, yay. Lifestyle tea chat. Yes, this is a lifestyle tea chat. I love it, Gigi. Amazing. We appreciate you for who you are. We love you. Just want to throw that in there. Because the 6 of wands, I hope you already feel that they're around you because we love you. Okay, now JT, I'm going to pull a card for you and then also for Victoria. So, okay, JT, what you get to look forward to, what is coming your way, only positive messages, uplifting, inspiring information that will get you excited about this Saturn and Aries transit. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's coming for JT. It's going to be good. Like, didn't want to come up, so we're not going to take it. Queen of Wands, stop it, guys. This is one of my favorite cards. Y'all know this. You know how much I love this. And the Queen of Wands is associated with fire sign energy. This, it couldn't be better. This couldn't be better. I mean, holding the sunflower, which represents the solar plexus chakra of the self, of your identity, very Aries, wearing the yellow, holding the wand. It's like bright, shiny motivation, positive times ahead. Like, oh my gosh, like this is I would love this card. I want to get this card. This is so good. It's so good. So things are not only going to get better, they're going to be maybe the best that they've been because this is like feeling the activation of that Aries part of you, like your sense of self. With Aries being like, the energy to get up and go, having courage to take charge of your life, do the things that you want to do, make things happen. That's what this is. But it's not from a place of struggle. And like I've been saying, Saturn does do really well in Aries. So even though we will have, we'll be showing up. We'll be getting up earlier. We'll be, showing up to meet the occasions in our lives, meeting the challenges, but it won't feel like the way that it felt while Saturn was in Pisces, which felt like it was hard to wake up. It was like sleepy and we just sort of wanted to maybe escape into, I don't know, like our cozy beds or just look away. Pisces is very escape. It's very like escapist and it's super hard for Saturn to like get grounding in Pisces. It's really not, they're not compatible. But Saturn in Aries is compatible. So with you having this Queen of Wands, it's like a switch is going to feel like it was finally flipped. And you're going to be like, okay, I know what I want to do. I know it needs to happen. And I have the courage and the energy to actually follow through and do it. So that's what I'm getting for you. It's very, very good. You have a lot to look forward to. I would get excited. Go to bed early tonight so that you have energy for tomorrow because like things are going to be happening. And also, don't be afraid to initiate things, like initiate new things. Remember, Aries is associated with the first sign of the zodiac, the beginner, the fire starter. Don't be afraid to be in beginner's mind. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's the thing about Aries. It does not really care if it makes a mistake. It doesn't really even get embarrassed. Just keep showing up. It's this childlike innocence of just, show up, do your best. That's really all you have to do. And it's that simple during Saturn and Aries. So that's very refreshing. I feel excited to be able to just kind of relax a little bit. All right, let's see. Victoria. Okay, so for Victoria, what does Victoria have to look forward to during this Saturn in Aries transit? Of course. Oh my gosh, of course. Sally Field's awesome. Amazing actress. Amazing. From everything I've researched, everything starts in the gut. So true, Penny. So true. 4 months, I can tell a huge difference. Look at you guys. I love this. Saturn moving into the first house. And look at y'all getting your plan ready, doing your things. See? Living the astrology in the wild. Okay, for Victoria, something positive, something good. Let's see. You're so welcome, JT. I hope that you feel that and that you feel excited. It's gonna be good. Okay. For Victoria. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Ooh, 8 of Wands. Things moving quickly. Okay, Victoria. Saturn in Aries is not messing around with your birth chart. Things are going to start happening quickly. If you have felt like things were a little bit stalled or things were moving a little bit slow in your life, things are about to speed up. So look specifically to the Aries ruled house of your birth chart. That is where things are going to start going really quickly. You may get an opportunity. Something starts to change maybe like this coming week, especially around that new moon happening in Gemini on the 26th. I'm going to be talking about that on the podcast. That's going to be coming out Monday because I want it to like hit when we're all like ready to receive it so we can just be kind of on it. It's a really good new moon. So for you, I'm feeling like this is going to happen fast. Good things happening really fast for you. You feeling the energy, the courage of Aries, the excitement, the drive to make something happen. specifically in that Aries rule part of your birth chart. So check that out, see if that is resonating for you. But I feel like, yeah, you're going to have just really positive things coming in quickly. And Aries is going to be giving you the energy and the courage to take advantage of them, to step forward when maybe in the past you would like step back, like, oh, let me assess the situation. This is like, no, you're going to step towards whatever this change or this opportunity is, and you're going to feel like you can grab it with both hands, and it's going to be good because that's what Saturn and Aries wants us to do. That brings me to another point of this whole transit. Wherever we may have stepped backwards in the past to like pause, while Saturn is in Aries, if you like, this is why I keep plugging that book by Susan Jeffers. It's like a very old book. I think it came out, I don't even know. I don't even know because there have been many like reprints and iterations of this book, but it's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And that book kind of embodies like the energy of Saturn and Aries because it talks about how like fear is going to be present in all of our lives. Like there's always something that we can be afraid of. Like right now in this moment, if we think about it, we can come up with something to be scared of, right? And that's life. That's the nature of life. And that's okay. This book basically talks about how the only way for us to get what we want in life, to create the life that we feel excited about and passionate about, is to feel the fear, acknowledge it when it comes up, but do it anyway. And to even use fear as a guidepost sometimes. Not for dangerous things, right? Like, don't do things like listen to your intuition, don't do anything dangerous. But I'm talking about fear when it comes to like a new opportunity or maybe doing something that feels a little bit out of your comfort zone. Like when you get that little feeling in your stomach, it's like, okay, rather than shy away from taking that comedy class, like maybe my fear is a sign that I just need to challenge myself and do it. And with Saturn and Aries, that's really what we want to be doing. Like I said, with Saturn and Pisces, we were more going into ourselves. It's like we were kind of going inward. We were feeling our feelings. We were finding alternative methods for dealing with things like through spirituality or even psychology and different methods that are more esoteric and like beneath the surface. This new transit is about us getting into our physical bodies and taking action. So feel the fear and do it anyway. Let's see. Okay, Sage says, yeah, Saturn be stressing me out because whenever it is because of its reputation, wherever it is. Oh, I know, Sage, right? Would you mind pulling a card for positive Saturn and Aries messages the tarot T says slash universe has for me? Absolutely, Sage. I would love to. I would be honored to. Okay, let's do it. So, Sage, the thing about Saturn is that, okay, it does get a really bad reputation, right? And I will say this Saturn does like force us to look at lessons that feel challenging. But what Saturn also does is it teaches us that there is really nothing that is so big that we can't overcome because Saturn is about like the things that we can change, right? It's not like Uranus that's going to like come out of left field and surprise us, right? It's more of like a life lesson or like a theme that we're here to work through. So, like on a soul level, I do think that we are very equipped to handle it. It just can feel like psychologically, like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it. But then you do it and then you feel really good about it yourself and you're like, I did that. And it's like it's meant to strengthen us. So I get what you're saying as a Virgo sun, fellow Virgo sun. I definitely worry about things more than I'd like to admit. But I try to focus on that part of Saturn and I ask myself like, okay, what are the gifts and like what are the positive things that I can learn in this part of my life while Saturn is there, right? So like how can I read more books about these topics or now with Saturn and Aries, how can I be more courageous? So I try to tell myself that and I try to keep it framed in like a positive light, but it can be challenging. I get it. Okay, so let's see. For Sage, what are the amazing positive things that Sage has to look forward to with this Saturn and Aries transit? Positive, inspiring things for Sage. Ooh, Beth, for the castor oil thing, I have seen so much of that. Is there like a certain type that you use, or do you like mix it um with like face lotion as well? Because I've been seeing people post about that, and I was interested to check it out too. Give us the lifestyle tea, Beth. The beauty. You're so welcome, Victoria. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You got this. And Saturn in Aries is going to show us that we really do got this. That's really the goal. Saturn is here to help us. It is definitely, the coach, but the coach is here to help us. I promise you. Okay, for Sage. What is the coach going to give Sage? Or what is the coach going to help Sage give to herself? The Knight of Pentacles, I love it. Stability, strength, slow and steady wins the race energy. I love this card. This card, it's so funny because, Golden Girls Tarot deck. This is associated with one of the men that, oh, no. This is Blanche's dad, Big Daddy. Oh my God, so funny, guys. If you haven't seen the show, disregard this. If you have seen the show, then you know. Blanche Devereaux always referred to her dad as like Big Daddy, whatever. It's silly. It's whatever. But the point is that her dad was this person that symbolized stability, strength, and just this person that always had it together, that always made everything right in her life. That's how she framed him. And that's what this card is. This is about feeling stable, knowing that you can handle it. The Knight of Pentacles, this is more money coming in for you and knowing how to manage that money. You are probably going to be taking the reins of like your financial world in a different way, probably feeling more energized and courageous there, expanding things. This is going to be playing into your house that's ruled by Aries. There's going to be a financial tie in here. And I believe with you have Taurus rising, right? So that is something that, you do care about as a Taurus rising individual. Typically, people with Taurus rising, it is important to them to build the stability, to have this energy. You need to feel stable and strong, and like slow and steady wins the race. Because Aries also is about our self-identity, I think that you're going to feel more support in who you are and how you can reach your goals with more courage. So there's something about courage and you and money and reaching those goals. You're going to get a boost there to take different actions than maybe you would have taken in the past. I like this. And I think that maybe you like, I don't know, I feel like you let go of something which has now strengthened you to feel like you can do this. It's solid. Like I'm feeling this like solid energy around you of like you being like, okay, I'm solid now. Like maybe in the past I didn't feel like, also because Aries doesn't ask for permission and Aries doesn't ask for approval. So this also feels to me, Sage, like maybe in the past there were times where you questioned the approval of others or whatever, which is very human. We all do it. But there's something here showing up for you over these next, 3 years or so where you're going to be like, I'm going to ask myself for approval. And if I approve of it, then I know it's the right thing for me. And that is where this extra level of stability is going to come from. And you're going to be building material stability on top of that. It like all kind of ties in together for you. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Sage. I try. I'm always Sage with Mercury, my natal Mercury and Sun in Virgo. I've had to coach myself up many a time. That's why I'm always trying to find the bright side of things, because if I'm not careful, I can like get really into like the, overthinking side of Virgo. And that is not pretty. Okay, Beth says, okay, wait, we got the beauty from Beth. I use just plain cold pressed castor oil in a glass bottle. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Wait, pure, no additives, best after showering, face, neck, and chest has made a big difference. Okay, Beth. I will try that. Oh my God. And I love it's like in a glass bottle. I'm like, it's very bouge. Okay. Thanks, Beth. Thanks for the beauty. I'm going to try it out. Oh, good. I'm so glad that feels reassuring, Sage. Good. Good, good, good. Oh, that makes my heart happy. Yeah, you got this. I had a really good feeling when I pulled that card for you. Like, I feel like things clicking into place around your stability and like self and identity and like strong in your own. I don't know. It feels good. It feels like a really positive energy. So I'm excited for you. Hi, TJ. How's it going? TJ says, so excited for Saturn to get out of my seventh house. I bet you are. I can imagine that it messing with your partnerships and also open enemies could have been tough. Did you have any open enemies come through? I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised with it transiting your seventh house because sometimes Saturn will do that. I'm a later degree Saturn in Pisces, and my long term relationships changed a lot. Also, my view on relationships changed. Well, then I guess Saturn did its job and you came out the other side. So proud of you, TJ. You did it. Let's pull a card for you and see what good things you have to look forward to now that Saturn is moving into Aries. It's going to be so much more uplifting, so much more energizing. But again, I don't want to disparage Saturn and Pisces. You know, we've ended that, like, the hardest part of that transit. So I'm like hearing myself. I feel like I'm sounding a little negative. Let me just say, Saturn and Pisces really did help us to like go deeply into our psychological processes, our insecurities, like things that we needed to face. You know, specifically in the house ruled by Pisces in our natal charts. It's like we needed to do some deep diving. We needed to process some emotions in that house. We needed to experience things on a deeper level. And so, while I'm glad that it's over, if we hadn't had that experience, then I don't think that this next chapter, like, I don't think we'd be ready for it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it all goes together. So, I am grateful for Saturn in Pisces and I am excited for Saturn in Aries. Let me say it like that. Okay. So, let's see. CVS has it in Walmart, but make sure it's pure glass bottles only. Okay. Thank you, Beth. Noted. Yeah, a hater came in, TJ, but they're out of here now. Okay, good. Look, you got it taken care of. See? And that's Saturn and Pisces in your seventh house too. It's like maybe you had a hater, but then you dealt with the hater because Saturn doesn't play. And Saturn wouldn't let you play. So, you know, it won't happen again. You know how to handle it. Oh my God. Ooh, Penny says castor oil wraps are good too. Okay, cool. I gotta check that out. All right, look at us. Cut to next week. All of us wrapped in castor oil while we do this tea time. Okay. So let's see. For TJ, what does TJ have to look forward to with Saturn and Aries? All right. And if anybody else wants me to pull a card for them, speak now because then I am moving on to Haley Bieber and the Selena Gomez Benny Blanco situation to wrap it up. So speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. For TJ. Okay, TJ, you have the tower. Saturn in Aries is going to put you in the position to break some things. All right, TJ, get ready. So, Aries is about the warrior energy. With this being about positive messages and empowerment, and Aries wanting us to be that warrior spirit, someone who will walk in and shake things up, make the changes that need to be made, be the warrior, you know, do the things that need to happen. Saturn wants you to be the one who's doing these things now. So maybe with Saturn in Pisces, you said it was like a seventh house thing that you were going through. That was like partnerships and different situations, haters, you know, all the things that happen when Saturn's in the seventh house, trying to help us identify, you know, who the right people are for us to partner with and who we should just, you know, leave behind. Um, this is about now that you know that, it's you doing some things that may feel a little bit out of character for you. So this could be just throwing it out there. I don't know. This could be you quitting a job and starting your own company. Like because Aries is also very entrepreneurial. This is you deciding that I don't know, like this wasn't the right lease that you signed and now you're going to break the lease and move into a different house that's more you. This is like you taking control of anything in your life that you've decided isn't right for you. And this is like a very strong warrior energy. Like you are not here to play this season, this upcoming season of your life. Like this season is called the villain era. Okay. I'm sorry. That's what it is. And I kind of love it. Hold on. Okay. TJ says, if y'all see me on TMZ during this transit, you'll know why. I act and it's transiting my eighth. TJ, God, we probably will. TJ, that is so exciting. Okay. Love that you are an actor. Um, I definitely feel like with you having been through the transit of the seventh house and now getting focused on your eighth house, this is going to be really good for your acting career because the eighth house is like these soul contracts, soul connections, and transformation. So, as an actor, transformation is like one of the key skills, right? So with Saturn there, this is you also working on and having the opportunity because Saturn gives us the tools to work through things. So that means you have to have acting jobs and opportunities in order to play these things out so you can learn the soul lessons that you're here learning. I think this would definitely increase your acting jobs. And I feel like maybe if we're talking about that kind of thing, this is transformation. You may get a role where you are like playing like a psycho killer or like think like you know. But I think you would love it because it's the tower, it's like breaking stuff. Maybe you're gonna play a villain and you're gonna do like such a great job that like this becomes part of your new thing. So okay, I kind of love it. So you're starting new things. If this is about your acting career, which I do feel like it is with the eighth house being about transformation, I think you're gonna play new types of roles. This is gonna be good. I'm excited for you. You gotta tell us, TJ. Yeah, I can't wait to see your cameo. It will be positive. It will be positive. This is so exciting, TJ. I believe it. So basically, shake some stuff up. You are being encouraged by the universe to either play this psycho character or shake some things up and don't apologize for who you are. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Okay, TJ says, LOL, I finally started booking after trying for so long. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Oh, yay. Yeah, like I've done acting before too. I don't really do it anymore. Would love to do it again, but uh, trust me, TJ, I have been through some like droughts of all droughts when I was like really focused on my acting career, and I know how that feels. So I'm so happy for you that like you're out of that dry spell. That's the best feeling ever. And now things are cooking for you. And this card tells me that they're going to keep cooking for you because you're meant to um expand and experience more of like you with Aries energy in the eighth house. Like you are going to be showcasing yourself, your independent, nature, your character, getting into these crazy character roles. Like, I can't wait. Okay, TJ, I'm so excited. Yay. We're so happy for you. Fabulous. Okay. Penny says, TJ, don't forget your tarot tea fam. Yes, don't forget us, TJ. Oh my God. Love it. And don't worry, we will never talk trash on you on this channel. We will pull cards and we'll only say positive things. Not that we would anyway, but I'm just saying, as a Tea Time family member, you'll always get positive tarot card readings once you're out there on TMZ all the time. We'll be finding the positive spin. Okay, so which is a good transition into our celebrity tarot reading. So we ended with one celebrity, TJ, and now moving on to our next celebrity reading. Manifesting. So let's look at Hailey Bieber. Okay, you guys. So I talked about Justin Bieber a little bit and how the Saturn in Pisces transit really kind of he exposed himself. I mean, this past week with Saturn being at that anoretic degree of Pisces, it was like we see it now. We see it's very sad actually. We do see Justin struggle. And I think that what he revealed was probably the most vulnerable part of that struggle, and that is his attention seeking. I think it's really hard for him to let Haley win. And when I say win, I of course mean like to let her have her own wins. And that's a little bit crazy because you think of Justin Bieber and you're like, wow, you've made all this money, you've been a huge celebrity. But people with Saturn in the fifth house natally, this is a real struggle for them, so I do want to extend empathy at the same time. We all have our struggles, right? But for him, this is this energy of everybody else tells me how great I am, but I don't see it myself. So when someone that I care about, my wife, gets some sort of opportunity, I can't help but feel left out. And I want to make sure that people are still remembering and looking at me too. So I definitely think that that's why he, because I didn't feel this way before, but after like really getting into his astrology and then seeing his reaction this past week, I just really feel it in my gut. I want to pull some cards on this, but I really get this gut feeling that that's also why he wore like the gray grout fit while Haley was wearing like the red dress to her road launch. Everybody was saying, oh, he wasn't trying to steal focus. I think he was. What do y'all think? I think he was trying to steal focus. And like, it's really sad, but I feel like it. Oh my God. Beth, you're so sweet. I just read your post. You were so sweet. Beth said, Brit, rejection can be God's protection. And look at you now, house full of love, fur babies, and us as your tribe. Beth, oh my God. Give me a hug, Beth. Thank you. You're so sweet. That was really kind. That just made my day. That is true. We all have our own path. And we are all definitely living the lives that we are meant to live. And yeah, and these transits also, I feel like, help us to see things in different ways and embrace our own hero's journey, which we each have an individual path. Love that. Thank you, Beth. That was so beautiful. Oh my God. Beth, amazing. Beauty and uplifting tea. Okay, so with Justin though, basically, yeah, we saw all of that. Definitely the grout fit situation. It just seems like there is this childlike need for love and approval. So, my prediction for Haley, when this really takes root, I mean, tonight we're going to see this like first pass for her. I don't know if she's going to be making these big changes until the transit gets really solid. Let me see. I have these dates written down. So, when Saturn moves into Aries, like for the long stay, February 13th of 2026 through April of 2028, that's when I feel like we might start to see some like real changes in her life. Maybe, and I feel bad, like hopefully they can work it out, right? They have a family. So I'm hoping for that. But I think some things will have to change, in their relationship behind the scenes. We may see different aspects of her, maybe different projects that she starts launching where we see a different side of her, more authentically, like get to know her, the more like real Haley. And I think she will be successful with that. Saturn does give us the tools to create a lot of success in our lives if we show up. And with Aries energy, there's no way we're not going to be showing up. So I do predict that she's going to have a lot of success, like materially, creatively, maybe even more modeling jobs because Aries is like that physical self. But I think that right now, and with this little transition happening this past week of her finally getting the Vogue cover, spotlight on her, I do think that she's starting like the mechanisms are starting to like kind of work in her mind. Like the psychological transformation is starting now until September 1st. And then we'll see the outward manifestation, I think. February 2026, April 2028. Now, when Saturn re-enters Pisces, September 1st through February 13th, 2026, that is when I think there will be a make it or break it time with Justin and Haley's marriage. So I'm sending them a lot of love, but I definitely think that like that is sort of the fork in the road. Like the changes will have to happen. And I do think they're more on Justin's part. He's going to have to learn and embrace the Saturn energy in his fifth house of realizing that he is enough, he is good enough, and that he can also uplift his wife at the same time. So I don't know, let's pull some cards for Haley. I don't want to read on their relationship right now. So it makes me feel kind of sad. I think it's like serious, emotional stuff. But let's pull for Haley when Aries, is really, really gets cooking for her. That Aries energy in her chart, Saturn just pushing her to be her best self, to show up, to be more independent and confident, by the way. How is this going to look for her? Gigi says, oh, and she has moon in Aries. Oh, wow, Gigi. Thank you for the Astro tea. Whoa. Moon, when Saturn at transit is conjunct your moon, that can be even more about that emotional strength. She's transforming. She really is. Yes, Sage. Justin Bieber posted, I read it like earlier in this whatever tea time. I'm like, what am I saying? Yes, he did that post. If you do like a quick Google or pull it up on your phone real fast, I don't know. I don't know where you're watching this, but pull it up. You can still see it. He's deleted it since, but Justin did do a very like sus post when Haley finally got on the cover of Vogue. Like it was definitely pulling focus back to himself. It just wasn't quite, wasn't quite right. So, okay, let's see. For Haley, what is happening? Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. I love Gigi's summary. He posted a pic of Haley's first Vogue cover and he made shitty comments. So good. Short and sweet, Gigi. Love it. And he has Moon in Libra. It's going to get tough. Yeah, I don't have the best feeling about it, to be honest. Yeah, let's see. Try not to be on there. Sorry. Clearly, I have to go to bed early after this. Okay. For Haley, what is going to be happening for her when Saturn gets cooking through Aries? She's having her Saturn return. She's finding her own sense of identity, sense of self. Okay. We're going to take both cards. Oh, Lord. Guys, buckle up. Okay, this is worse than that. We have the Seven of Swords, sneaky dealings behind the scenes. Swords are messages. Okay, so this reminds me, you guys, there was a lot of gossip going around like today, and I think I saw it yesterday for the first time. So Justin apparently wrote a comment. It was like, I love you, like the like elongated U's. I love you on this girl's post who she's a 17-year-old model. Apparently she's modeled for Rhode, and Haley has also liked her post and all that. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't care if she's friends with Haley and Justin. She's a 17-year-old. And this is someone who's modeled for Haley's brand, writing, I love you. It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. Also, let me take it one step further. Everybody has been saying, and I fully agree, she looks like Selena Gomez, like a young Selena Gomez. Like, I'm not saying Justin knew what he was doing when he put that little post there, that little comment, but I'm not saying he didn't. Either he's still playing his little games with social media, trying to make a stir and pull focus from Haley, or he genuinely is openly kind of, being a little flirtatious with this underage girl, allegedly, which I think is not okay. So that's what that just made me think of this, the Seven of Swords, because this is sending sneaky messages. This is doing things behind someone's back. So, of course, I'm trying to just focus on Haley in the reading, and we can't help but get the shady situation. So, I don't know, guys. It might just be what it's going to be. Um, some lessons have to be learned the hard way, I guess. And maybe that's how Justin is going to choose to do this. So, Seven of Swords, there's a chance that someone may be sending some messages behind Haley's back. And Tower moment. So, TJ, you know how I was saying for you're going to be the one going in and like messing stuff up, or not, you know what I mean? It's like you're taking charge. And like if something needs to be broken, you're going to break it. Like you're not messing around. That's the card I got for Haley also. The Tower. It's like if she sees during this Saturn and Aries transit, if she finds out about some messages or some things that are shady that maybe in the past she would have excused because she wasn't feeling as strong in her identity and in her sense of self, this time around, Saturn will strengthen her to make the decision that's best for her. She's not going to be played. She's not going to be played anymore. And honestly, I think that's good. I don't think that anyone deserves to just sit idly by and be played. So, dang, this does look like it has a lot to do with her relationship. Okay, what are you guys saying? Penny says she might walk, right? I know. I think so, Penny. I really do. I really between now and 2028, which that makes sense. Sage says, "Oh, okay. Okay." Short and sweet. With my Mercury and Capricorn LO. Yes, Gigi is right to the point, baby. Says she stands on business. Thanks for that. Oh my God, Sage. TJ said, I saw that. She was in the Barbie movie. Wait. Oh my God, the model girl was in the Barbie movie? Oh my God. Okay. TJ, I didn't know that. See, TJ with the Hollywood tea, the Hollywood insider tea. Oh my God. She does look like Selena, doesn't she, Penny? Isn't that so crazy that he did that? Like, come on. TJ says the tea is going to be crazy. So many people are going to be going through their Saturn return. Diddy, Cassie, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Trump, Kyle Richards, Florence Pugh, etc. TJ, I love that comment. You just made my deal, made my day. Oh my God, I can't even talk. I'm so excited because, guys, since Saturn, something I have noticed, since Saturn has been transiting the later degrees of Pisces, there has been practically no tea, or the tea has been too dark. The tea has been muddy, and it has been a struggle for me to find like stories that are like fun and exciting and like a little lighthearted, a little bit, snarky, but like fun for us to talk about. Because that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a fun escape. Since Saturn has been in the late degrees of Pisces, have you guys noticed this too? All the stories have been like the darkest, most emotional, like horrible things. I'm like, oh my God. Like I keep trying to find like a fun story and I can't. So I am so glad that you brought that up, TJ. Also because Aries is like this more childlike kind of energy. So I do think the stories are going to get a little more lighthearted, a little more fun. It's not going to be so deep. It's not going to be so 12th house. We're not going to all be so triggered, you know? Ugh. Oh my God. Wait, Beth says Bieber is going through, hold on. Bieber's going through a lot and needs some serious help. Yeah, Beth. Not Hollywood or music industry help, but real help for his trauma because the Diddy trial is re-traumatizing him and other victims. I agree. I agree, Beth. Yeah. And I do hope that he gets some real, serious help and healing because that is so sad and horrible. Sage says that's so mean. Oh my God. Oh, the comment thing, right? It's a little crazy. Hi, Leora. Oh my God, welcome. How you doing, Leora? It's good to virtually see you, my friend. We have been talking all about Saturn in Aries and all the things. Pull a little bit of a celebrity card here. Let's see. Heartfelt says people say Haley is the problem, but the real problem is Justin. Heartfelt, I don't think you're wrong. I think that there is a little bit of codependence maybe going on there. And when Saturn enters, into Saturn's in Aries now. Now that Saturn's in Aries, are we all feeling lighter? How are we feeling? I'm feeling good. Because it happened, I guess, tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time. What time is it in New York right now? Hold on. Leora would know. Let me see. I'm like blanking out. Let's see. NYC time. 11:19. It just happened 19 minutes ago, you guys. How we feeling? Okay, our Pisces parts of our chart have finally gotten a break. 11:19. Thank you, Leora. Leora reporting live from New York, where we have finally had Saturn leave Pisces. Oh my God, after 3 years. Yeah, woo. I feel like I need poppers. Like, this is like our new year, guys. It's happening. Leora, you have a lot of Aries in your chart. You're going to be feeling good too. You're going to be feeling really energized. Leora, I pulled a card for everybody and we are wrapping this up. So I want to pull a card for you too, because I feel like you just kind of got here and I want you to get something out of it. So for Leora, what is something positive, something good that she has coming her way with all of her Aries and fire sign energy that she can look forward to? TJ says, yay. Sage, you got the virtual poppers going. I love it. Thank you. The little confetti flying everywhere in those emojis. I'm about it. Okay. For Leora, let's see. The energy was so strong already today. Wasn't it though, Sage? It really was. Like, I was already feeling better. Oh, this fell out and fell to the ground. Leora, hold on. Remember when I did that reading for you when we were in New York? Didn't I get the Ace of Swords for you at like that one time? I think this is the same card I got for you then. So this is the card of victory. Ace of Swords is victory in communication, the way that you think, what you do, and as you are a communicator for your profession, this marks a time of victory in your creative communication field. So this is exciting. I think I did get this for you the last time I saw you. That's the universe just doubling down. Already a win-win with a card pull. Oh, Leroy, you're so sweet. Yeah, so this is good. This is just victory. We'll take it. We will take it. This is victory, victory, victory. It's going to be good. Guys, it's going to be good. Okay, I love it. Saturn has moved out of that debilitating space into one of courage and empowerment. All right. So you guys, power in your mouth. Yes, exactly. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it on that positive note. I feel like let's just embrace this energy. Let's take a nice deep breath. Feeling good. Another book, if anybody wants to brush up on their Aries, energy. I have this book by Jeff Hinshaw just called Aries. I think you can probably find it on Amazon or wherever. And this book is just all about everything Aries, all of the different ways that just like everything, like the way that it plays out in your chart, the way that you can use it at work. And with Saturn and Aries collectively for all of us, the more you know about the zodiac sign, both strengths and weaknesses, the more you'll be able to navigate this space. So I do recommend it if you're interested in doing a deep dive. But okay, guys. Well, I love y'all so much. And I'm just sending you the biggest hug. Oh, this was fun. This was nice. We needed this. Feeling good. A victory lap, Sage says. Oh, Penny, this is so much fun. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. This was so fun. Yay. All right. Love you guys. Let's do this. It's our time. Okay. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Oh, sending hugs. Sending hugs. Oh, yes. Have a great week. But I'll see y'all on Monday with a new episode. Love this. Me too. TJ, you have to keep us in the loop on all the good things happening for you because we know what's happening. All right. Bye, guys.